Breaking news for Chargers fans. Something unexpected just dropped about the Los Angeles Chargers, and you'll want to hear every word. But before we jump into the latest, make sure you're part of the Chargers family here on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to tap the bell icon so you never miss a big Chargers update. Now, let's get into it. The Chargers have just received surprising news that could shake things up ahead of the season. It's the kind of update that makes you sit up and ask, wait, what just happened? This isn't the typical offseason headline. It has the potential to impact the team's early momentum. Stay with us, because this story is just getting started. And what comes next could define the tone for the Chargers' entire year. Here's the unexpected twist nobody saw coming. Jaire Alexander, the standout cornerback from the Green Bay Packers, is suddenly being linked to the Los Angeles Chargers, and it's turning heads fast. Now, Chargers fans are split. On paper, adding a top-tier corner like Alexander could instantly elevate this defense. Imagine pairing him with a developing secondary, a solid linebacker group, and a franchise quarterback already in place. With one move, you're suddenly talking playoff-caliber potential, maybe more. But here's the hesitation. Alexander comes with questions. Not about talent, he's elite. It's about chemistry, personality, fit. Is he the right kind of energy for what the Chargers are building? So the big question now is, should the Chargers go for it or walk away while they can? This could be a game-changing decision, and it's one the front office will have to make carefully, because the stakes are rising. Here's the real talk. Not every NFL star is going to be a picture-perfect personality, and that might be exactly what makes them great. If the Chargers are seriously considering Jaire Alexander, they'll have to look past the quirks. Because let's be honest, some of the most electric players in football have always had a wild edge. That's not a red flag. It's part of what makes them fearless on the field. Alexander isn't your everyday cornerback. He's intense, unpredictable, and ultra-competitive. And maybe that's exactly what the Chargers defense needs right now. A spark. Someone who doesn't just play the game, but shakes it up. Would it be a perfect fit? Not sure. But one thing's clear. This kind of move would send a message. The Chargers aren't here to play it safe anymore. Oh, and just when that buzz was starting to build, something else popped up. PFF just dropped a ranking on the 2024 draft class, and you'll want to hear how the Chargers stacked up. This could be the scariest right side in the NFL. The Los Angeles Chargers may have quietly built one of the most dominant offensive lines in football. And it starts with Joe Alt. At just 22 years old, Alt is already playing beyond his years. He was the highest-graded tackle from last year's draft, and he's wasting no time proving he belongs among the elite. That all-pro ceiling? It's getting closer by the snap. Now, imagine pairing Alt with Mekhi Becton, a massive force who's been shifted inside to guard. He's still got the size and footwork of a tackle, but now he's exploding out of the interior. That's not just strength, that's strategy. Put those two monsters on the same side, and suddenly, defenses have a real problem. You've got an offensive line built to bulldoze. Give that kind of support to the Chargers' run game, and now you're talking chunk plays, broken tackles, and drive-killing blocks. The quarterback might not even need to do much when the line is literally moving people off the screen. Something special is brewing up front for the Bolts, and it might just be the foundation of a top-tier offense. The Chargers didn't just draft well, they crushed it. When you look at how quickly this team is turning the corner, it all starts with the decisions made on draft night. The Chargers didn't guess, they executed. Take a step back and just watch how these young guys move. The energy, the physicality, the ability to break tackles and turn nothing into something. It's not luck. It's a product of smart scouting and bold picks. And now, the results are starting to show up everywhere. From explosive receivers gaining separation with ease, to linemen who can create running lanes out of thin air, to a system that's finally clicking on both sides of the ball. This team isn't waiting around for success. They're building it. PFF recently dropped their list of the top 25 players under 25. And it's no surprise to see rising Chargers talent making the cut. These aren't just solid rookies. These are players making an instant impact at a pro level. 2 years ago, this roster was a question mark. Now, it's a blueprint. The Chargers are no longer trying to figure things out. They're chasing greatness, and they're doing it with confidence. The Chargers are rewriting their future, one draft at a time. In today's NFL, the blueprint is simple but brutal. If you miss in the draft, you fall behind. If you hit, you build a contender. And right now, the Chargers are hitting. Back-to-back drafts have brought in game changers like Joe Alt and Ladd McConkey, young players with talent, work ethic, and immediate impact. These aren't just starters. These are the kind of athletes who shift your entire franchise trajectory. It's a clear lesson. Build through the draft. Free agency? That's for small adjustments, not for throwing big money at aging, injury-prone players on the decline. That path doesn't build champions. It builds regret. What the Chargers are doing, that's the formula. Smart drafting, calculated spending, and a clear plan for the future. With every smart move, LA isn't just getting better, it's getting dangerous. And the rest of the league is starting to notice. The Los Angeles Chargers are no longer a team of what-ifs. They're a team of what's next. After years of falling short, changing coaches, and shuffling rosters, something finally feels different. The pieces are no longer scattered. They're starting to connect. And this time, the vision isn't just about hope. It's about execution. You look at the foundation, a franchise quarterback who can sling it with anyone in the league, a revamped offensive line that's built like a fortress, explosive young weapons who can stretch the field and break open a game. And on defense, quiet confidence is turning into real swagger. The addition of Jim Harbaugh has given this team something it's lacked for years: identity, discipline, grit, a refusal to accept mediocrity. The Chargers aren't just trying to make the playoffs, they're trying to change their reputation. No more blowing leads, no more fourth-quarter collapses, no more almost. This is a team stepping into a new era, and they're doing it with purpose. The AFC is stacked, the road ahead is brutal, and nobody's going to hand them anything. But that's the point. The Chargers finally look ready for the fight. So buckle up, because if you think this team was easy to overlook before, those days are over. The Los Angeles Chargers are coming, and they're coming fast. If you're a true NFL fan and want to stay updated with daily news, trade rumors, and all the latest buzz around the league, then make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. We bring you breaking news, expert analysis, and in-depth coverage, so you never miss a single update about your favorite teams and players. And here's the most important part. Don't forget to press the bell icon. That way, you'll be the first to know whenever we drop a new video. Stay ahead of the game and be part of our growing community of passionate NFL fans. Let's talk football.